guys, this is Tracy Pelfrey. It's July 1st, about 15 minutes before midnight. I have no idea why I always tell you all that. Just think, who knows, maybe at some point it's pertinent, but so that you know when I'm recording it, I guess. I don't know. Here's the deal. This is not an easy topic, and I will call this a sort of coming attraction, and I'll explain that as I speak further. I am going to ask those who listen to this either on Facebook, YouTube, wherever, please do not leave any comments. I'm begging you not to leave any comments or posts or anything, or share something from online that uses someone's name or even something that accuses someone in the group. It's good to be careful. I'll just say that. And we know that there are lots of things that this group is guilty of and that they've hidden. And that is very troubling and bothersome to me, as it is for so many of you. But let's just approach this in a way that's with care. So if you have something where you're like, Tracy, I just want to share this, send it privately, and maybe, my thing is, if something has happened, definitely go to authorities. But definitely in this group, especially where you have so much that's covered up, I'm going to read some of what Kekel wrote in a post from 2021. Now, Sarah DeYoung shared some of it on the Facebook page when she was also sharing about the law that came out. I believe it was Sarah that shared about the law that came out in Washington that pastors can't hide this stuff about abuses, okay? So let me tell you the background to this. Months ago, I noticed someone missing from the choir. And I thought, well, I hope they're okay. And because it's very interesting, though I don't know people, sometimes you can form a connection just out of really just, I don't know what it is. You feel compelled, or you feel something within you, that a connection. And that's how it was for me. Well, this person a couple years ago had come on the YouTube channel and given me some negative and snarky comments. Then I just tried to be nice, as I try to do with everyone, because we know from being in the group that our minds are indoctrinated to believe a certain thing about anybody outside of the group. Whenever someone comments, I go to their Facebook page right away. Who are they? What are they about? And what I found on this person's page was they were very open about things in their life and sharing videos and pictures. But what really endeared me to them was the fact that this woman was learning how to do sign language. And it seemed like it was for the ministry. She was married to, well, I don't even know if he had a license at the time, a minister's license. He was born of ministers, and I believe at one time he had possibly a minister's license. I really can't say for sure. There came a point where I noticed she wasn't there in the choir. And so I looked on her Facebook page to see if there was anything. And after another month, and I didn't see her, maybe a couple weeks, let's say, I sent a private message. And I just thought, hey, she may just ignore it or not look at it or whatever, but I'm at least going to try, because I feel compelled to do it, to say, hey, how are you? You okay? Is everything all right? And I did not hear back. Well, a couple weeks passed, and I noticed on one of those goofy little short clips that NTCC and Graham has been putting out, there was one of Kinson. And I always look to see if there's at least 2 responses, who's responding. I mean with an emoji, not necessarily a comment. And a name popped up, but it was a different last name. than this woman that I was concerned about. So I clicked on the Facebook page and went to it, and it said on there the status was divorce. I went to the husband's Facebook page, and it seemed to be a new one. Now, backstory, when we lived in Graham on the campus between probably the end of 2001 until May 2005 when we left for Newport News, we lived down the street from that young man who had been married to this lady. He's now been married 3 times. And that I know of, who knows, maybe there are 4. But the first one was our neighbor down the street. And so I knew that one. Didn't know there was one in between her and the one that just got divorced in NTCC. It's 3 wives for a young person. So what's up with that? Well, of course, Miss Sarah, she's the premier researcher, she found something online. And before I share that information, let me read what Sarah This is what got me thinking about this and pursuing more information. And I'm sure it did for Sarah as well. So let's read this that Kekel wrote. And I'm just going to pick up in the middle of this. He says, further, no church is under a legal obligation to report child abuse. Oh no, prior to that, he says, in NTCC, cases such as fornication, this is very funny when you consider how many preachers are out there in pulpits right now. Oh my goodness. Adultery, child abuse, etc., warrant removal from ministry and revocation of their minister's license. We do not condone or conceal any such behavior. Is that right? Further, no church, and anyway, besides all of that, no church is under a legal obligation to report child abuse. Why would you want to get out from under that? There are instances where a moral obligation exists, of course, where one should not hold his peace, but states may differ on that kind of law. So he goes on to explain about a woman and about how something was blamed for covering up. I don't even care about the minutia of those details of a specific instance, because it's the overall attitude is what's the point. Here you have a dude who learned from his father-in-law how to control every aspect of a person's life. And I don't care how many little things they've allowed them to do. It's the big stuff that never gets taken away, that never does. But you don't want to get involved in finding out if something is true, if someone has been harmed, and what are you going to do about it? So this line right here, he says, if people want to know who is a child molester, let them research online and find the convicted. Really? Well, that might be hard to do if someone is afraid to report. And anyone who has a basic knowledge, especially these days when information is so readily available, about that dynamic, which is the dynamic in this cult. It stymies people. It petrifies them to move and to do something. So Sarah found something. She found, and you can find it too. Just look up the 2 people's names. And my heart was crushed because this woman, it's domestic violence. I'm sorry. I really want to get through this. Because it's important. So then what I thought of was, did his parents know? This guy's parents have been in the organization a long time. Did they know their son abused women? And how long did they know? And how long did Davis know? And how long did anyone on the board of NTCC know? Anyone. I don't care who they are. You shut your mouth on this. You're evil. You are evil. I don't care how many messages you preach about, oh, they're after me. Oh, they're going after me, an innocent man, just like they did Jesus. Or Kinson up there, Job. Yeah, we know. We've experienced it. Please spare me. Cut us all a break. It's so transparent what you're doing. You're not Job and you're not Jesus. Give it up. Blankets have been pulled off of that a long, long time ago, man. A long time ago. And so then I also wonder, when this couple, the one that just got divorced, got married down in Arizona, did the pastor there know? Was he privy to it? Did anybody tell him? And what will he do about it if he's just finding out about it now? Will he hold anyone accountable? Hey, you might not want to marry those two because that woman might be in trouble. His third wife. Third. He's not that old. When I saw that the court information online, and you can open it up and see, I paid to see stuff so that I know what I'm talking about. I'm not taking anybody's word for it. People can share stuff with me all day long. I'm going to check it out first. I'm going to wait on things. He's saying, oh, we're under no obligation. You have people like Desiree. We're resharing her stuff to get it out there so people will speak up for themselves and for others and tell what they know. Because you're not an innocent bystander if you are on the sidelines just being silent. If you're in that group and you know things and you haven't spoken up, why not? Don't let fear keep you silent. It's been long enough. And what will you do about all of this? And not just this, but all the things. Will you make any of these self-appointed men of God be accountable? I'm sorry, but the days of living in blissful ignorance are long gone. Long gone. There's too much known about this group. And once it's found out who knew what when, just in this instance alone, but once the conversations start going around about others through the years, then who are the men and women that should be brought before the congregation and their sins produced and there's accountability? That's what David Devonshire said should happen.
Bible setting gives us a picture of a man in the church who is committing fornication with his stepmother. And the church knew about it. And the church did nothing about it. You see, there's a responsibility not only for a pastor or a church to preach the truth, but also to make sure that when sin comes in, it's confronted, it's dealt with. Otherwise, just like one bad fruit that you leave in the bowl, it makes others go bad also. And sin unchecked begins to impact a church, a congregation, a family.
He was going specifically for something, but I want to take this out. We can deal with that another time. And even the rest of what he shared, such as what should happen. What did Paul say should happen? You can easily look it up in the Bible. It's in the Bible. NTCC has it all backwards, like all controlling and abusive groups like this. They put themselves on a pedestal. They look down at you and condemn you and tell you almost every service and Bible study how you need to get right, need to get right. You out there, you, I see you, you did this, you did that. No, it's time to turn the tables. You know stuff about not just these men, but out in the churches, there's men, there's situations, there's women. There's been abuses to children in servicemen's homes. There have been a lot of things that have gone on, and we're going to talk about it in the context of Mike's full jurisprudence Facebook post from March 16th or 17th, 2021. You can go look at it and try to see it before he takes it down, but I do have screenshots, and we will go over it, and we will talk about some hard subjects, but it needs to be, because you can't tiptoe around this. It has to be brought to light. And the thing they never talk about, they talk about their angry God, but they never talk about the accountability that's there in the New Testament for people like them. And there's nothing in there about CEOs and corporations and customers and marketing strategies, solicitation in neighborhoods. You're either a CEO of a corporation or you're a pastor. If you're a pastor, then you should be pastoring. Pastoring is not standing up high and lifted up, looking down your nose at everyone and telling them everything they're doing wrong. No, you are to be accountable. Of course, this is a corporation set up strictly by nepotism. Mike Kekel hasn't done one thing. Well, he's very good at building big homes, and his wife is very good at filling it full of stuff. If you want to know that, they're your people. But if it has to do with the mission of the gospel, it's not there. And you know it's not there. And it's not too late to leave, and it's not too late to speak up about what you know. And it's not too late for somebody to say, the Bible says this about accountability. We need to have that happen here. That would be real revival, wouldn't it? Bringing these men and women before the congregation. They don't get a pass because they're self-appointed and because they love that verse. Oh, they love it. They probably have it embroidered and somebody framed it and it's on their bathroom wall or in their closet because it probably doesn't match their motif. It says, not to touch the Lord's anointed. Don't touch them. Don't say anything, because Mike told us already, even if he's a cultist, you can't. That's a lie. That is a lie. If you believe in the pit of hell, it's from there. That's where it originated. I would like to leave you with this, I guess, word of encouragement or something. And that is, I don't know if anyone has reached out to this woman who's now divorced and who has gone through seemingly terrible things at the hand of someone who should have been protecting her husband, and her husband's family, and her church family, and her pastor. I don't know if this person is even a nice person, but they seem to be. But I don't know. But is that a reason someone should suffer at the hands of someone else with domestic violence? No, it's not. And not when there's children in the home either. I would say this person needs heapings and heapings of love and being embraced. Don't you dare shun that person. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Scoop up that family. Scoop up that woman and her children. And love them and help them. And anyone that knows of any way that person can be helped, please reach out to me. I really ask that you do. Even if it's something I have to do anonymously through someone else, I stand ready to do that. It's important to me. And I would like to think that people will not allow themselves, I don't know even where this person is. Please help. Please just do the loving things. And do not let a corporate CEO tell you otherwise. For all I know, she's sitting right there in the church and is fine. But I don't know, so I'm saying if the situation is not that way, what would stop you from that? Because party lines? Come on now. Now's the time. Now is the time.